Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we are going to look at context. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 10th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, and my new book, Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni Suru no wa Yamimashou. And all of my books are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series. And every second Tuesday, the Business Touches in no Oshie show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is onaka pekko pekko. Onaka pekko pekko. It means I'm starving. You might remember about a couple of months ago, we did onaka suita. I'm hungry. Onaka suita. So this is, again, informal Japanese. Onaka suita means I'm hungry. Onaka pekko pekko, onomatopoeia there, for I'm starving. I'm really, really hungry. Onaka pekko pekko. Onaka pekko pekko. I'm starving. Onaka pekko pekko. This is episode number 506. Today we're talking about never underestimate the importance of context as a leader. Leaders are time poor. There's too much to do, not enough time. We are constantly being challenged to get control of our time management, and for most of us, that struggle is often one we are losing. Meetings and emails are time killers. Multitasking is a given, which means that we're constantly losing time as we have to keep getting back up to speed on something we were concentrating on to do something we hadn't expected or diarized for that day. The upshot of all of this is our communication becomes very clipped. We are speaking in short form all of the time because we don't have enough time for the full explanation. When we have children, we are constantly handing out orders. Don't do this or that. Don't touch this or that. We don't take the time to explain the why, we just tell them the what. We carry that same methodology into the workplace. If we recorded you for a full day, I think you'd be shocked to hear how much of your day is telling people what to do. Often we give them no or very little context as to the why, apart from the fact that, well, we're the boss, and we want it done, and we want it now. Someone convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, is an old saw, but too true. Dale Carnegie says if we can help people create a world, they will feel ownership of it. What this means is that persuasion is very powerful, but often we don't use this magnificent tool at our ready disposal. We are time poor and issuing orders like a pirate captain. It's much more efficient. Not necessarily effective, mind you, but it definitely takes less time and effort, which is why it is so attractive. Context needs to be delivered in a story format. People hear this for the first time, they immediately think, well, that's impractical. The story they are thinking of is more like War and Peace in length, rather than 1 or 2 minute window into a big issue. There is no doubt that the global pandemic of ADD, attention deficit disorder, has made everyone's attention span now microscopic in scale. The competition for the brain space of people has become unbelievably intense. A very quick story on the why of what we want done is absolutely a habit we have to create. It won't happen by itself, though, because we are all being pushed into the delivery of rapid-fire orders rather than supplying the rationale. The issue is we know all the detail. We understand the background. We've had time to think about this. We are privy to corporate information our subordinates don't have access to. We get to hear about the big picture from the big bosses. We just distill all of this down to a couple of sentences telling people what they need to do, and then we move on to the next thing because time is tight. Find out more. We come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also are doing custom in-house programs. We do them in both Japanese and English. We do them in our super safe classroom and live online. On April 12th, we're having our Dale Carnegie course. This is in the main modules. It's a 12-week long course. Wow, 12 weeks long. Man, that's 3 months. Every week, 3.5 hours for 3 months. How on earth can that work? Well, you know what? It's interesting. This course has been running like this for 100 years. Now, 12 weeks sounds long, but guess what? If you want to change your thinking, if you want to improve your mindset, if you want to get any sort of change, it takes time. We all love change in others. Boss should change, subordinates should change, colleagues should change, the company should change. But moi, no way, I'm staying just like I am. Everyone else should damn well change. That's the problem. Getting change takes time. This course is so beautifully structured. When you do the course, you're pretty busy. You can't really take note of the structure so much because you're just into it the whole time. But when you become an instructor and the velvet curtain is pulled back and the wheels or cogs are being shown to you, you realize, wow, this is Kaizen on a 100-year scale here. This is an incredibly refined program. All these bits fitting into each other, sort of seeding things that are coming, setting things up, reinforcing things that we've done. It's just unbelievably sophisticated program. Great for becoming a leader, better communicator, better able to deal with people, better stress manager, and someone who can challenge your mindset to change and also take on new and bigger roles and risks and challenge to step up to a higher level of effectiveness and professionalism. Brilliant course. On the 20th of April, we're doing our high impact presentations course, 2 days in the main modules, 2 instructors, everything videoed, massive reinforcement, massive coaching, massive feedback, massive analysis, a massive pinpoint hints on what you can do to make it better. And the thing is too, you get to see yourself. So when we talk about it, you see it. You go, oh yeah, I didn't realize I'm doing that. Oh, that looks bad. Oh man, that looks bad. I should stop doing that. And guess what? You do stop doing it because it's been pointed out to you. You see it yourself, you get the feedback, you get the reinforcement, and then you get the coaching to make sure that you stop doing that. In fact, in 2 days, boom, 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 a whole bunch of bad habits out the window, replaced by a whole bunch of great, wonderful, new, awesome, particularly useful, good habits. So that is the program, 20th of April. Go to our website at www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. That's www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Lots and lots of value there for you. To do better in Japan, email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching video, then we have nearly 2,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Welcome back. Why do we believe the thing we want done is necessary or important? We must have read, been told, heard, or experienced something which has impacted our thought processes. We should go back to that point very briefly. For example, I was listening to this podcast by an expert on SEO, and she said, a review of our blog headlines will show we are not using enough keywords, and our descriptors on our website need to be much more potent to be picked up by Google's crawlers. Now, this is why we, as a leader, think we need to spend time reviewing aspects of our blogs and website, our rationale. Now, we can make our suggestion, and we should exercise all of our discipline and strength and not go into order mode at this point. Instead, we should switch the terminology to using questions. We can say, do you think a review of our information is possible? And then we can invest some time to improve our SEO? Or do you have any ideas on what we can improve? The beauty of suspending that overwhelming urge to tell them, get on it now and rewrite our blogs and website descriptors, is that no one likes being ordered around, and their engagement with that task will be very sparse. We've provided some context as to why we think a change is needed, but we've left the door open for them to own the world they are creating. This is powerful and motivating because we haven't been prescriptive and told them how to do it. We've let them assume some leadership over the process. Obviously, we need to agree with it, and maybe we will chip in some of our thoughts and ideas too, after they have made their contribution and make it a collaborative decision. This takes more time to explain why we think what we think and to have a conversation around what they think. Maybe we get frustrated because their thinking isn't as advanced or as good as ours, and it would be easier just to tell them how to fly straight. We have to keep in mind that this is only one part of the puzzle. The next component is the execution piece. And if we put in the time and effort now, we will get a faster and higher quality outcome. This means little or no rework and a much happier staff member who will be more motivated to do a good job on the project. This saves us a lot of time and wear and tear down the track. Precious time invested in explaining the context will save us time overall. Our biggest problem is ourselves. We've trained hard to issue orders and short-circuit everything. We have to retrain our habits, end inertia, and we have to recalculate time. We especially need to start looking for expanding the proportion of our leader quality time. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dalecarnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.